don't like people who start with this age. I'm really over this ageism. I'm really over it because it's an insult to people over 50. It's not, you know, it's not about, you know, it's not about, we're also in the future. We see the future too. We planned for your future.
But
that's what we did.
I don't think it's just the age, it's the historic unpopularity. He's on par with Jimmy Carter, who was a one-term president.
And yet he's revered now. He's the GOAT. So he's the GOAT before he leaves.
Whoa. Wait a minute. I know she didn't say what I think she just said. Maybe I need to get my ears checked. Did she say what I think she just said?
Just the historic unpopularity. He's on par with Jimmy Carter, who was a one-term president.
And yet he's revered now. He's the GOAT. So he's the GOAT before he leaves.
She must be high. Revered as the GOAT by whom? Who the hell? Nobody has ever even thought about saying something like that until these people, this is why they lose all credibility. And this is why people cannot watch this garbage. Before we dive into this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe. You have to be subscribed to get great videos like this. And don't forget to share so we can get it out there. So we have this Dean Phillips right now. He's decided to go against Joe, and Whoopi's, and I guess he's some millionaire, some self-made millionaire, whatever, but nobody knows who the hell he is.
Take a look.
I think President Biden has done a spectacular job for our country, but it's not about the past. This is an election about the future. I will not sit still. I will not be quiet in the face of numbers that are so clearly saying that we're going to be facing an emergency next November.
It's not about the age. Joe could be 99. Nobody would care. It's what's happening. The dude falling all over the place. He can't complete a sentence. They can see all of this stuff. He's talking about he needs to constantly go to bed. People can see all this stuff. So it's not about the age. There's people that are well older than him that are extremely sharp. He is just aging very badly. Let's just keep it real.
Groundbreaking Asian Americans like Vera Wang and Joan Shingang, I'm going to pronounce it, Shanga Kawawa. I think I pronounced it correctly.
And he's not going to be a threat whatsoever. Nobody's paying attention to this dude. I think it's going to end up being Gavin Newsom at the end of the day if he's done terrorizing the kids in China. You see what he's doing over there. What the hell is he doing? This is the same thing with Joe on a bike. What are these people doing? And you see he lands like pretty much with all of his weight on this kid. Then he's like slapping him on the butt. What is going on there? What is it? The parent, if I was the dad, I would have been done folded him up. What are you doing? First of all, you run over my kid, then you spank it. What the hell is going on? And nobody says nothing about it. It's like, oh, let's just look the other way. But that's a topic for another day with that clown. But so revered as the GOAT, and this is what I'm saying. These people, they can't be this brainless. They cannot be this naive, brainless, stupid to say things like this. You can see exactly what's going on. You can tell that they're starting to sweat bullets if you watch the news, shows like this, all these people that do things on YouTube that are all about Joe. You can tell that they're starting to sweat bullets now because they can see that things aren't aligning up. They can see that the economy is going right in the hole, but they'll try to bring out data and act like things are all magical. No, the real people on the ground, the real people that do 9-to-5s, that pay rent, mortgage, go to the crazy grocery store with the prices, they can see what's really going on. So you can't sell them with this false sense of reality that you want to portray. Even Kamala, the amazing Kamala, she's out there. It's just a messaging thing. We have to make sure that people feel it. Oh, they feel it all right, and they don't like it. Just like the kid in China. They don't like it. We're not liking anything that's going on. So this dude running and all that, like I said, nobody cares. He's going to be just like a little blip on the map, and then he'll be here and gone one day the next, just like a Mike Pence or all these other clowns that are deciding to run.
He's on par with Jimmy Carter, who was a one-term president.
And yet he's revered now. He's the GOAT. So he's the GOAT before he leaves.
But for Whoopi to sit up there and call Joe Biden the GOAT, remember, GOAT used to be a term for somebody who's not good. Now they turned into the, the greatest of all time, and now it's like a thing of admiration. Nobody is calling Joe Biden the GOAT of anything good, ever. And she knows that. And the people on the panel won't even call her out. They all fall in step. The one that's posing to pretend to be a Republican and all that just allows her to say some blasphemous BS like this and doesn't even check her. And that's why people don't respect these people's opinions or the show. They make a joke out of themselves. Show me one person besides her crazy self to call Joe Biden the GOAT of anything, and you will never find it. Nobody's revering Joe. Nobody's singing his praises. This is just the media and them. If you go and you really honestly ask people out if they're doing a lot better now than they were in the past, they'll tell you no. And that's why the polls and everything reflects that. Why not just keep it real? These people are just completely paid just to go in one direction all the time. No objectivity. And this is why the cable news and all that and the late night talk shows, it's all dying. The media, because they're not objective whatsoever. They have one order. Let's just follow down this path and that's it. And that's why the podcasts and people rather listen to that, because at least there's some objectivity. If Trump was in office and all this stuff and the dead and all this stuff was jumping off overseas, anybody else would tell you, man, things aren't looking good at all. The economy is in the hole. People are broke. But they don't do that. They'll sit up there and act like everything's sunshine. Even though they don't live the normal life as somebody working a 9 to 5. They're multimillionaires. They get to sit on TV and spew this BS and they get a check for it. And they have the audacity to talk about misinformation, extremism. But they should be ashamed of themselves, especially Whoopi. But y'all let me know. Maybe I'm living on the moon and I'm just not in reality. Would you ever use the word revered and Joe Biden in the same sentence? Ever? Is the economy just jumping? He's just doing such a great job. The GOAT, the king, the messiah, just dropping all kinds of great goodies on the United States. And we're in such a powerful position because maybe that's what it is. And I'm just completely crazy. And I just don't really see it for what it really is. But you guys let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. You got to be subscribed. And don't forget to share so we can get it out there. And I will catch you guys on the next one.